In a move that caught everyone off guard, Ramsay has just revealed something that happened behind the scenes. Just so you know, it is not for the faint of heart. Take her dining room or convenience store, for example. Indeed, claustrophobic. Now look at the transformation. They made a separate room for groceries.
The store here looks great. It's like walking into a whole nother place.
Yeah, talk about a complete turnaround. I mean, these are just examples. There's a lot more as you uncover each story. Now, everyone knows and loves Chef Ramsay for his tough love approach to coaching and mentoring. However, could it be that his confrontational style and harsh criticisms are more scripted than spontaneous?
What's been here?
This place is littered with freaky pictures.
Yeah.
While Hotel Hell offers viewers a glimpse into the world of struggling hotels and their challenges, it's essential to watch with an open eye.
You can't call yourself the boss if you don't fucking pay them.
If you ask me, I think the show primarily focuses on drama and shock. During one episode, Chef Ramsay got into a heated argument with the owner. Yeah, I know how little that narrows things down. But this one was delaying employees' paychecks to a stretch as long as 5 weeks. The owner argued about it though, saying that he has no secretary and he was fighting for the team and trying to pay them on time. But he messed it up with one stupid sentence. Oh, believe me, he called wrath upon himself by saying that. And with Chef Ramsay there, he really didn't have the best timing, did he? Well, whatever these fights might lead to, one thing is certain, the show must go on. And it did. It went on till a point where it became baseless, filled with so much drama that it sometimes was too good to be true.
There's a difference between interrupting and no communication.
Okay, with that, let's take a crack at your favorite, my favorite, and everyone's favorite, Hell's Kitchen.
Well, they had to take me to the hospital this morning. The stress of everything basically shut my body down.
Wow, stress that had a contestant hospitalized? But how real is the reality behind all those services and challenges?
DeMarco's done shit. I mean, you can see a good chef and a shitty chef from a mile away.
So much shade and ego are constantly being thrown around by the contestants. So, excuse me for bringing a little drama of my own by breaking down the real deal about this show. The knives, food, and ingredients are real, but the fights seem kind of fake. Like, they're just for show. In my opinion, Hell's Kitchen is as much a reality show as it is a cooking competition. They amp up the drama to keep us hooked.
It tastes like a fish sundae.
And as a side note, they succeeded. My 1.5 million videos are proof of that much at least. Anyway, as for those intense confrontations between contestants, well, they might as well be rehearsed for how glossy they can be at times. But confrontations aside, everyone's favorite part about this show has to be watching seemingly talented chefs crumbling under pressure and churning out some really nasty food while they do it.
Somebody crying and screaming, I did this. Relax.
Former contestants have revealed that the intense filming schedule, lack of sleep, and constant scrutiny from Chef Ramsay and the judges create a pressure cooker environment that can make even the most experienced chefs make rookie mistakes. One of the challenges in Hell's Kitchen is for the contestants to create a unique and delicious menu. The vibe is so intense that people start breaking down, even turning on their own teammates. Yeah, some people can turn competition into rivalry, but to this extent,
Did you put that on there? Nope. I asked her specifically, do you want to put it on there?
Who the fuck cares? Finish the
call it their 3 minutes of fame, but overall, it worked in favor of the show. In a show where drama and tension are supreme, the focus seems to be on creating entertaining television rather than showcasing genuine culinary talent. To be honest, I have never seen a dinner go smoothly with everything served delicious. Or fully cooked. The vibe in the kitchen is so wild and unpredictable, like 1 second, you're low-key trashing your teammate. And the next minute, the whole scene flips. It's surprisingly easy for them to mess up. And don't even get me started on the way the chefs just handle Chef Ramsay's yelling. It's absolutely wild and kind of intense to watch. I seriously doubt anyone could handle that kind of yelling without breaking down unless they already knew exactly what Chef Ramsay was gonna say. And guess what? In one episode, there was hair in the dish. After all the screaming and training, hair is being served? How gross is that? Presenting a chef with a dish containing hair is undeniably one of the most cringeworthy mistakes on the show. Do you genuinely believe that this happened, or was it staged for dramatic effect? You see, jokes or excuses wouldn't save them from Chef Ramsay's wrath at this point. So, what did the chef have to say in response to that shocking mistake? Well, the hair was found, and there's nothing you can do to save your dish. But wait, there's more shit to the dish, and I mean literally. Like I said, shit dish, for real. Another infamous show with many critics of its supposed scripting is Kitchen Nightmares, starring, you guessed it, Gordon Ramsay.
Disgusting calamari. Shocking. What do you say about it?
Spit the calamari back out.
Well, hell's on thin ice. The original may just be in the same sort of situation, right? What is he giggling about? Chef Ramsay just insulted the food and he's laughing? And now, suddenly, the smile is poof, gone. All right, you all know the pitch. The show is renowned for its dramatic restaurant transformations, where Chef Ramsay confronts the owners and staff about the countless issues at their establishment.
I'm telling you this, unbelievable.
Come here. You're an amazing guy.
Chef Ramsay's rants and harsh criticisms are a hallmark of the show, from filthy kitchens to outdated menus.
Wake up and admit it shits!
Bring it on.
Oh, come on.
Bring it on.
The audacity of this woman, I tell you. While the problems highlighted by Chef Ramsay are undoubtedly real, viewers have suggested that the confrontations might be more staged than spontaneous.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
Not that bad.
One of the most thrilling aspects was Chef Ramsay's uncovering of unsanitary practices, rotten ingredients, and other shocking discoveries contributing to the restaurant's failure.
I wouldn't hang that on a Christmas tree.
That clearly was inedible. Oh, damn, yeah, he's right. No one wants a chicken like that. The ultimate goal of Kitchen Nightmares is to transform struggling restaurants from rundowns. But wait till you see the condition of the kitchen when he arrives. Here's a glimpse for starters.
This is fresh.
It is not fresh. Calamari we use here is all frozen.
And they were very happy and in tears about it. But of course, despite all the tears of joy, I guess, eventually most of them failed to make it work. Was it a wasted effort from Chef Ramsay's side? Or had the owners already decided to call it quits? Well, I'll leave that to you to decide. But if you're into cooking shows, then you've definitely heard of MasterChef. And if you know MasterChef, you know what goes down in the kitchen.
Is that calamari?
That's it. Yeah, it comes in definitely fresh though, that I know for a fact.
Fresh, it's frozen.
Yeah, Chef Ramsay's role as a judge on MasterChef has taken his career to the next level. But obviously, we all are here for the reactions. See, MasterChef isn't your average cooking competition. If Hell's Kitchen is like the Olympics of food, MasterChef is more like college tryouts. HK is more about pro chefs making a name for themselves, while MC puts relatively inexperienced home cooks to the test. And why do I say inexperienced? Because this man here decided to serve the judges raw fish. But guess what? Looks like it is pretty common for them to serve raw, uncooked food. But what is a show without a fight amongst contestants, right? And as you know, small fights trigger bigger quarrels, and what follows next are more disagreements. And of course, there have also been times when things got almost physical. Phew! Just because your dish turned out to be better than mine? Food for thought, huh? But here's the thing, Chef Ramsay's not just there to tear contestants down. Nah, he's all about lifting them up. Yeah, well, at least they are in this together. Behind that tough exterior lies a mentor who's genuinely invested in helping chefs reach their full potential. He is concerned about their comfort zones even during a challenge. Whether he's dishing out tough love or doling out praise, Chef Ramsay's guidance is always on point. With Chef Ramsay leading the charge, you know the standards are sky high. I do, however, think that somewhere or the other, these shows are scripted to spice up the show. But wherever it might be, we all do love Chef Ramsay, don't we? One thing I always wondered is, how the hell is he so fit? Never gaining weight even after so much eating, that's a blessing.
Chef, you want to be a fat So, chefs aren't fit today.
More like a miracle. Anyway, these shows offer a tempting mix of cooking and drama. The focus often seems to be on creating entertaining television rather than showcasing genuine culinary talent. And someone had to tell him the truth. In conclusion, whether you love him or hate him, there's no denying that Gordon Ramsay knows how to serve up drama in the kitchen. So, the next time you tune into one of his shows, remember to take in all the drama.
What? I beg your pardon?
So, what are your thoughts on these shocking revelations? Do you think Chef Ramsay's shows are more fiction than reality? But would you stay on a show with this much competition?
That must be one of the worst combinations I've ever tasted.
Well, the blue team's breakfast debacle was just the tip of the iceberg.
Faster than you are. Right now they got 3 tables out. You don't even have 1 out yet.
But little did they know, what followed next would be the start of a downward spiral leading to their team's ultimate demise.
Burnt on the bottom. Trying to cover it up in the fold.
I don't want so much colour on egg white omelette. It's supposed to be egg white, yes? Let's go. I'm not serving that, no chance.
Though, in a perfect world, where they maybe decided not to serve up a whole bunch of burnt food, disaster could have been avoided. But this is not a perfect world, I guess.
We look like a bunch of fucking amateurs. Not even one table yet. Rush!
Meanwhile, the dining area was going crazy. People were literally waving their plates in the air, demanding food over a hungry stomach. But then, the ultimate kitchen wildcard, Raj, stepped in. And well, I think you know it's about to hit the fan when Raj is in the mix. So, Raj gets tasked with serving up some scrambled eggs, and this is where things start to go south. You know, as if things weren't in dire straits already.
Gotta get these out. Hey guys, come here.
When Chef Ramsay starts laying into you like that, you know things are beyond salvaging. Which is exactly what happened.
Ooh, get out of the way. Taste it. Taste it. Taste it, taste it, taste it, taste it.
It was Raj's last warning to remain on the show. One more mistake and he could be sent home. But the dude was built different, I'll tell you that much. Instead of taking the hint and hustling right back to the stove, he decided to screw things up further.
Ounce of seasoning. What are you?
Do it again. Don't argue with chef.
Yeah, there he goes again. First, he forgot to season the dish, and then he decided to talk back to Chef Ramsay. Now, that takes some serious guts. Or maybe in his case, it was just a serious lack of self-awareness. You could practically see him swallowing down every ounce of ego and pride, finally choking out a reluctant, "Yes, chef," instead of going head-to-head. It sounded like the ultimate surrender to Chef Ramsay's authority, a moment of humility in the face of culinary chaos. And then, he did something unimaginable. Wow. Now, that's one way to cool off, huh? It's possibly the most bizarre thing I've ever seen on the show. Was the dude looking for inspiration in the cold depths of the fridge? Well, with Raj, one can never be too sure, but hold in because things are about to get even crazier. If you've noticed, sometimes in the signature dish round, people have a knack for serving up the absolute worst possible food imaginable. It's almost impressive how consistently shocking it is. I mean, seriously, could you get any more clueless? Serving up store-bought canned tomato puree with some cooked pasta to Chef Ramsay? How about cutting out the middleman and just getting a bus ticket back home?
I don't think there's anything wrong with canned sausage. Unless you're from fucking Italy. You're like born.
Wait, did you catch that? She actually had the nerve to say there was nothing wrong with it? I mean, seriously? Is she even a chef if she's resorting to store-bought canned goods?
If you wanted it, you should have just told me. I would have did it.
You know, I really wish she knew when to shut up. Both for her sake and ours. But this next contestant had something even more jaw-dropping on her plate.
I was in the cookie aisle, and I was looking at cookies.
What in the fuck is that?
A cookie-inspired platter. Oh man, I can only imagine the horrors that were plated up. And I'm glad I'm not standing in Chef Ramsay's shoes right now.
That is ginger frosted chicken. I was in the cookie aisle. I was trying to get ideas, and I have ginger cookies.
I mean, the dish as a whole looked absolutely unappetizing. And there's no serious argument for the contrary.
Cookie crusted chicken breast.
Yeah, that's what's in there.
It felt like suddenly we'd stumbled into a MasterChef Junior episode, but where they replaced all the culinary prodigies with a random selection of kids from the daycare down the street. Seriously, who throws ginger cookies in with chicken? Certainly not a proper MasterChef Junior contestant.
The challenge. Get it in. It's close. It's close. Push. Push, Eddie. Push.
Well, I've got just the word that fits the description of this dish. Revolting. That's what it was.
Oh, really? Oh, no. Oh, my God, really? Oh.
That is hideous.
Sorry.
1 out of 5.
I mean, seriously, why even bother taking a bite? Hell no, you couldn't pay me to try that. But guess what she had to say?
I'm not really used to people spitting out my food, so it was very embarrassing.
Wait, the real embarrassment is serving up that dish in the first place, especially since you're serving it to Chef Ramsay. His spitting it out was just the inevitable reaction. Now, for all of you out of the loop, he's gone over this like a broken record in every single episode of Kitchen Nightmares and all of his other shows. Chef Ramsay hates packaged food. But somehow, people just keep forgetting this crucial detail. It's almost cooking from scratch is a foreign concept.
Lee, what's inside the filling?
It's just a cheese. It's a packaged tortellini, fresh tortellini.
Hold up, did he really say packaged fresh tortellini? Packaged and fresh in the same sentence. That's like saying freezing hot or jumbo shrimp. It just doesn't make sense.
Packaged fresh tortellini.
That's how it's sold, chef.
Please tell me you use fresh tomato.
Well, let's hope against hope that he at least used fresh tomatoes. I mean, that's like the last glimmer of hope for any real flavor in that dish. But, well, all there was in the dish was disappointment.
They were canned tomatoes.
Okay, so if he's using packaged tortellini and canned tomatoes, the whole dish might as well be straight out of a can. And with a dish made entirely from canned and packaged ingredients, there's no way Chef Ramsay would even consider tasting it.
Come on, that was...
Yeah, there it goes. From one trash can to another. But, of course, this dude was more upset about Chef Ramsay's reaction than the consequences that were going to follow his mistake. Talk about misplaced priorities. I couldn't believe my ears. The nerve to serve up packaged food and then have the audacity to defend it in front of Chef Ramsay? Wow, now that's a new low.
What did you just say?
And just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier, here's another shocking dish that hit the table.
What I have here is a grilled hickory rub watermelon.
A what? Wait, let's go back and listen to that again.
Seriously? You have 45 minutes to make me anything, and you grill me a slice of fucking melon?
Yes, sir.
Wait, seriously? 45 minutes of work and the dish is just a watermelon? So what did you get up to for the other 43 minutes? How did they even make it onto the show with that kind of effort? But hey, let's switch things up for a bit, shall we? You see, not every dish left the entire audience in shock for the wrong reasons. Some were so incredibly good that they left everybody in awe, especially with their stunning presentation. Just like this masterpiece.
As I'm seeing the other girls' dishes in front, I'm like, wow.
All 3 plates were absolutely stunning, each one a masterpiece in its own right. I mean, it's almost too beautiful to eat, almost.
Although they're steak on a plate, technically, they're all presented with a unique...
Alright, let's break it down. First up, Ashley's dish.
I did for you today is a southwestern style filet. I rubbed it with pasilla pepper and chili powder. And the side that I have for you is a grilled poblano pepper. Veg that I have is all sauteed in chipotle butter, so the all components combine really well.
I mean, just hearing about Ashley's dish has got me intrigued. You know that feeling where you can practically taste the dish by just looking at it? Well, this was it.
My dish looks sexy, just like me, so I know that I am ready to go.
But let's not jump to conclusions real soon, because the taste test is where the real magic happens. Sure.
In the foreground, let it speak for itself. What cooking is, what a steak is all about. The pepper is a little bit undercooked.
Okay.
It definitely needs to maybe cook with the steak and baste it a little bit or braise it even.
Great effort. Perfectly cooked in the middle.
Or there might be some tiny details that could have been improved, but overall, Ashley's dish looked delicious. And hey, at least the protein is cooked through this time. But the next dish? It was even better.
I did a roasted garlic and poblano pepper butter for the corn, so some of the oil that was left over from the garlic I poured over the steak.
That dish was seriously drool-worthy. While it looked like a feast for the eyes, I bet it tasted even better.
I also put some of the butter on the steak and some grilled pineapple. And then the other side is spaghetti squash with a cipollini, onion, and bacon vinaigrette.
I mean, just reading through the list of ingredients was like a flavor explosion waiting to happen. I can only imagine how incredible the food must taste with all those delicious flavors coming together.
Beautifully seasoned.
The temperature on the protein is spot on.
I mean, come on. Only a culinary artist can carve up something so perfect.
The squash is delicious.
There's a lot going on there.
There is a lot in that little dish, but I wanted to have a lot of flavor.
We're all well executed.
Strong effort.
Thank you.
But let's wait for her to describe the dish.
Bacon and gorgonzola potato puree, and I have a grilled asparagus, salt and pepper, a little bit of garlic shallot, and my ribeye with a red wine demi, grilled and finished in a cast iron for a little.
That sauce completely stole the show. It was like the secret ingredient that takes the dish to a whole new level of deliciousness. And the judges couldn't agree more.
Beautifully cooked.
Wow, delicious.
This has got to be a good thing. Like, he's drooling over my ribeye right now.
And then it was time to drop the verdict. Let's see what the judges have to say.
Realization on both sides, flavor through and through. It's very difficult to nail potatoes. That's why it's a sign of a good chef.
Well, as you saw, there have been times when chefs left Chef Ramsay stunned by their cooking proficiency. But here comes one of those rare times when Chef Ramsay himself cooked up a dish and called his troops to give it a taste.
Morning, guys.
Morning, Chef.
Chicken gorgonzola, yes, one of the dishes that's featured on the...
As each contestant dug into the dish, of course, they couldn't stop raving about it. I mean, come on. After all, Chef Ramsay had plated it.
It melts in your mouth. The chicken is delicious.
Concassé tomatoes lighten up the sauce.
Big, bold spices. You like it?
Oh,
Yes, Chef.
I love it.
Delicious. Good.
But this wasn't any other ordinary taste test. It was the ultimate test to see if the contestant had learned their lesson or if they would still stick in the same old habits. And guess what? All of them failed. Because what Chef Ramsay revealed next was shocking.
The dish that all of you enjoyed was, in fact, frozen fucking food.
I mean, that's the worst outcome. Looks like the whole lot of them had collectively failed Chef Ramsay's taste test. You see, differentiating between frozen and freshly cooked food is like culinary 101. If you can't tell the difference, it's like questioning whether you belong in the kitchen at all.
The chicken was cooked about 3.5 months ago.
But just when you thought they'd learned their lessons, Jay decided to cut in with some more feedback. And Chef Ramsay's reaction to it was gold. Yeah, it was as if he was trying to play both sides of the fence, but Chef Ramsay could see right through it. Anyway, now let's go back to checking out more nasty signature dishes, and this one right here had everyone frowning in the room.
What is it?
It is a chicken fried ribeye with Yukon Gold mash. I actually have a little sugar in there.
Stop, say that again.
Yeah, Chef Ramsay's reaction was valid. I mean, there is always room for experimentation in the kitchen. But to this level? Now, that speaks more about your skill than...
I do not know who in their right mind would put sugar in mashed potatoes.
Just try it.
Alright, now trust your gut on this. If it looks unappetizing and the ingredients sound questionable, it's definitely not worth taking a chance on. But this miss here had a totally different take on it.
Chef Ramsay is gonna love it because it's freaking delicious. It's like an orgasm in your mouth. Come on.
Oh, to hell with the orgasm in the mouth. Chef Ramsay could barely keep it in. I mean, sweet mashed potatoes? What even is that? It's baffling why she hyped it up so much over something so messed up. Anyway, moving on, now brace yourself for another signature dish that left Chef Ramsay questioning his own decision of tasting it.
My signature dish is going to help me stand out because I'm a true culinarian. I understand what Gordon's looking for.
You could practically feel the confidence in the air, but as soon as Chef Ramsay tasted it, you could see it deflate in an instant. And let's be real, that combination of food, yeah, it's one of the top entries of the most bizarre combinations yet.
What is it?
I call it exotic tartare because it's with venison and diver scallops with caviar and white chocolate.
I mean, sugar and mashed potatoes. Now, for once, that's something I can actually imagine how it tastes. Vaguely. But chocolate and caviar? You know, for all the times I've watched this same clip, I still haven't been able to picture it. And I'm for sure not gonna make it myself just to get a clearer picture. And, well, neither was Chef Ramsay.
Oh, stop. Let me just get this right again. Either that or I'm just about to be punked.
I mean, Chef Ramsay couldn't help but question his misplaced creativity.
Do you smoke?
Cigarettes?
No.
But let's be real, he knew exactly what Chef Ramsay was getting at.
Raw venison, raw quail egg, lime zest, olive oil, scallops, caviar, and grated white chocolate.
Just one glance at that plate was enough to kill anyone's appetite. Judging by the look on his face, he was about to lose his lunch. And then it came right out.
That must be one of the worst combinations I've ever tasted in 21 years of cooking.
Told ya. Can you believe the nerve of this guy? Trying to reason with that monstrosity of a dish?
Piss off, will you?
I really don't understand what Chef Ramsay didn't like about the dish. I'm a little boggled on that.
Like, who in their right mind thought caviar and white chocolate would go together? It's beyond the pale. And get this, these chefs supposedly run their own joints, or are the creative masterminds behind somebody else's restaurant, and this is their claim to fame. I wouldn't serve that nightmare to my worst enemy. But speaking of just plain confusing combinations, it reminds of this next dish.
Sausage gravy over biscuits.
Sausage gravy?
Yes.
Over biscuits?
Yes.
No way, did I hear that correctly? Sausage gravy over biscuits? I can't even wrap my head around it.
I sell about 5 gallons of it a week.
Gallons? What, you serve it to pigs?
And well, the presentation was just as unappetizing as the dish itself. I mean, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
$4.75.
$4.75?
Yeah. With coffee.
Wait, hold up. That's the price tag of that disaster? Who in their right mind would pay for that? It's like highway robbery for something that should be in the trash. And well, that was bound to happen. I mean, I don't think anyone's taste buds could endure that disaster.
Fuck, mate. What's wrong with it?
What's wrong with it? It tastes like gunk.
Hundreds of people eat that in my diner every week. I don't think it was worth spitting out.
Fine, Mr. Tough Guy, but your thoughts don't hold weight here. This isn't your time to shine. It's mind-boggling, isn't it? Besides the bizarre combinations, it's like a recurring nightmare seeing people serve up undercooked food. It's like, you'd think at this level of competition, they'd have the basics down, but come on. How can you talk with a straight face when you serve something as hideous as this?
First off,
Yes, chef.
How many fingers have I got up?
5.
So you're not blind? Because I can see from here that your lamb is absolutely fucking raw.
Seriously, it was like she was cooking blindfolded or something. Even through the screen, you could practically see that it's raw, but she was completely oblivious. Disaster.
This is a serious competition. It's not even warm. It's raw. Are you seriously trying to kill me? Do you want to go home right now?
Oh, Chef Ramsay did not mess around when it comes to uncooked meat. It's like he had zero tolerance for anything less than perfection in the kitchen.
You can fuck off now.
But wait till you see the other culinary surprises this dish had in store.
And what's this mess here?
It's a couscous with currants and toasted pine nuts.
Sorry.
Yikes, talk about a double jinx. Not only was the main component raw, but the other dish got spat right out. Know what I call it? A total fail.
Couscous is overcooked and the lamb's raw.
Yes, chef.
Is this funny for you? No points. Disgusting.
Seriously? Smiling over serving up raw food? That's beyond twisted. It's downright disgusting. And now Suzanne was pulling the same stunt, serving up an entire dish that was raw. It's like a recipe for disaster, repeated twice over.
Good. What is it, please?
Fontina fonduta risotto. My food is classical. My food is perfect. I can kick anybody's ass.
Talk about a reality check. Little did she know that all of her overconfidence was about to come crashing down. It's like a lesson straight out of Chef Ramsay's kitchen. Never underestimate the consequences of overconfidence.
I definitely don't believe so at all.
Did she just talk back to Chef Ramsay's comment? Oh, the sheer audacity.
What does that taste like?
It's a little chalky.
When your opponent is asked to taste your food, you know you've hit rock bottom in the kitchen.
Little. A lot.
That's just ignorant. He's absolutely unmistakably wrong.
I mean, it was almost like nothing could shake her. It's a total mystery where all that unnecessary confidence was coming from.
Now, madam, it's crunchy, it's bright white in the center. I'm telling you, that is undercooked.
And then, thanks to Chef Ramsay, she was finally waking up to reality, one harsh truth at a time. It was like a slow-motion realization dawning on her, and she was finally starting to silently acknowledge it. Better late than never, I guess. Alright, but here comes my all-time favorite dish, the one that completely blew my mind. Get ready to be amazed.
Or are they? What in the fuck? Happy Halloween?
Yeah, confidence seems to be the key. But let's see if they can walk the talk.
People ask me what my specialty is, but I don't have a specialty. I could cook anything.
Of course, the pumpkin isn't the dish itself. There was a surprise hiding inside. Get ready for a twist you never saw coming.
What is that?
There's a Cornish hen inside, Chef.
A Cornish hen? What did you do to it to get it in there?
It got in there. I got it in there.
Oh, what a disaster. It was like a hidden horror waiting to be discovered.
Holy shit. These are potatoes?
Yes, sir.
And how much grease and fat and oil did you fry in?
There's some butter in there.
Wait, some butter? Do you want to see how much butter?
Some butter in that?
It's a lot of butter.
That amount of grease gave me a heart attack just looking at it. It's like a one-way ticket to the trash can, no questions asked.
Okay.
Oh my God. How did you get in there and eat it? I mean, am I missing a trick?
It's plated tableside.
No way. That dish was definitely not meant for one person. It was like a feast fit for a whole army.
How it's presented like that.
Perfect. Right, take your time.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh my God. That's enough there.
That's enough. Okay.
I don't think I'll get through all that, do you?
Okay, no.
So what's the dish called?
And seriously, who could possibly eat all that food by themselves? Not me, that's for sure. Chef Ramsay sure knows how to deliver a sick burn. Now, let's see if the dish could withstand the ultimate taste test. The moment of truth was upon us.
Hen and a pumpkin.
Right now, looking at that mess, I'd like to stick your fucking head in there, you know that? It's dry.
Yeah. Well,
and the pumpkin's not even seasoned inside, it's just bland. You had more chance sticking a candle in there, making me happy. For Halloween, you were sticking a hen in there. Fuck off.
It's like he was living in a whole other universe. Saying he preferred a candle there? That's a major flop right there.
Chef Ramsay said he was looking for something memorable. And I believe that my dish was memorable.
Absolutely. The dish was gonna haunt your dreams every time you come across butter or pumpkin. It's just something you can't shake off. Save the worst for last, huh? The execution, the taste, the disgrace, everything was a disaster on one plate.
What is it?
It's a Mardi Gras gumbo.
Oh, God. Does it normally look like a plate of liquid shit?
No.
Served hot on a plate with gravy, it still looks like, well, you know.
Every time I make my gumbo, it always gets eaten, and everybody loves it.
I mean, I couldn't care less what's in it, and honestly, I seriously doubt anyone's vibing with that dish enough to even take more than a single bite.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, talk about a letdown. All that hype about it being good went down the drain faster than he could blink.
Excuse me. Fucking hell. God. Are you crazy? Have you tasted that?
No, I didn't get a chance to taste it, Chef.
No way. Not even a taste test before serving it up to the Gordon Ramsay?
So you cooked it and you didn't even taste it?
I didn't have enough time. I'm so sorry you don't like it.
Don't like it?
I'm sorry it wasn't up to par.
Up to par? It's unedible.
Yeah, Chef Ramsay was definitely not gonna go easy on this guy.
Okay, then throw it out.
No, I'm not gonna throw it out. Big man.
Yes, sir.
You like your food? Take a mouthful. Pass it along.
Yet again, it's obvious a dish is a complete waste of time when it's passed on entirely. But I'm curious to know what the contestants thought about it.
It was completely repulsive. I would have rather had a cat shit in my mouth than have eaten that any further.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I totally second that. Not only did it look nasty, it actually was making everyone throw up with just one bite of it.
Oh my God. I don't even know how to explain that.
Girl, no need to explain. We all got the message loud and clear just from the expressions.
Vinny, what was that tasting of?
A big bowl of mud.
Dear oh dear.
I'm shocked she didn't get eliminated right then and there. That food was straight up garbage. But, well, in Hell's Kitchen, we've seen some seriously shocking dishes. And in the grand scheme of things, this entire video was just the tip of the iceberg.
I feel like I need some plastic wrap on my ass.
It was extremely difficult to stand there and to keep my mouth shut.
But more on that another time. Next up, this inside scoop left fans talking for weeks. Turns out there are more hidden layers than you can imagine, all of which drive the show's rating through the roof. And what better way to get into things than to hear it from the man himself?
This thing needs to stay fresh. And so from a creative point of view, that's a dream for me because I'm a chef and I get very creative with challenging.
Yes. Chef Ramsay has finally decided to shed light on some dark truths about what goes down behind those kitchen doors.
Restaurant, not a sushi bar. How can you get confused with a raw fucking grilled lobster?
Now, Chef Ramsay is one of the most iconic celebrities on TV, who has been parodied and referenced more times than I could reasonably fit into this video, while still talking about all the other secrets I've uncovered. Still, that reminds me, this little animation video in particular had me in stitches.
Wake up!
Yes, chef.
Wake up!
Yes, chef.
Cook the spinach to order, you lady.
Hilarious, I know. I mean, this man is one of the most well-known rage monsters in the entire entertainment industry, and I don't think anyone would dare to match up to that reputation.
They're coming together.
Right here, Chef.
Thank you very much.
Not a problem, Chef.
Oh, fuck off you fat, useless sack of fucking Yankee-danky doodle shit.
Although the format of the show has remained more or less the same right from the start, every episode brought something new to the table.
Look at all this fucking... Who's putting all this in the bin? How many portions are you putting in there? How much is in the bin? Look! Look! What the fuck is this? Hey, madam, how much capellini are you throwing away? Look at it!
And well, no matter how many chefs he's dealt with, there is always that one person who could drive him mad.
Yeah, say that again?
I said I'm not dick face,
Yeah,
chef.
you're pissed, are you?
I'm
not
not.
as fucking... Look at me in the eyes! Not as pissed as I am! You fucking are! Donkey!
No. Boy, oh boy.
Because right now I don't give a fuck!
However, there is one thing that can never be challenged: Chef Ramsay's culinary skills. I mean, this man can wrap up a service for a fully booked restaurant all by himself. Don't believe me? Watch this.
Chef,
We're really sorry about our performance tonight.
Chef is cooking the last table for us.
Did I say enough? Do we even have to say anything?
No, Chef.
And my apologies, you two. It should have been a better service. Fucking dismal.
Hell's Kitchen has been a staple of culinary TV, known for its high stakes, intense pressure, and, of course, Gordon Ramsay's explosive temper.
Chef. Yeah, you're fucking up, you're cutting corners, and you're slipping big time. Do you know what? Do you know your biggest problem? Well, there's always been a downfall of your career. You're full of fucking shit. Because every time you got fucking something wrong, you give a bullshit fucking excuse. Well, right now...
Throughout each episode, contestants battled it out to impress Chef Ramsay. But guess what? The show is as much about cooking skills as it is about surviving Chef Ramsay's wrath.
I asked you what you're doing. You said you're sauteing tomatoes. Oh, you funk! You dirty pig! Get out! Get out! Unfucking believable.
And, well, after a wild meltdown on the set, the poor contestants were left to fend for themselves.
What the fuck is going on? I'm very upset right now, but I don't give up. I'm a good cook. I know how to cook. You know, I feel like I need to really try and pull it together. Okay, we're back.
Yeah, right there with you, brother. I know exactly what you're feeling after being chewed out in front of everyone. Maybe not the fact it happened in a fully packed restaurant, but still. I can empathize. But what if there's more to this pressure cooker environment than meets the eye? Turns out, Chef Ramsay has a solid reason behind why he behaves the way he does, on and off the show.
Find are extraordinary characters that are in love with food, that have never been given an opportunity because they've never had the money to go to culinary school, but they are the underdogs because they haven't got the qualifications. I'm not interested in the qualifications. I'm interested in that, the palate. That is what's going to make or break a chef, not a qualification.
Those are some golden words from the man himself. You see, Chef Ramsay expects nothing best from and for the contestants. And this is only because he himself has been through the same exact journey.
Keeping it as a restaurant running. And so yes, it's a competition. Yes, it's a huge platform for these individuals. When I was in their shoes, at their age, and going through the ladders and trying to get to the very top, there's no such thing. And so it's an extraordinary platform for them to create something better for themselves.
Now, coming back to the show. Launched in 2005, Hell's Kitchen quickly made its mark on reality TV by throwing aspiring chefs into the high-pressure environment of a professional kitchen. And Chef Ramsay being at the helm made it that much better. Once they were signed up, contestants were challenged to deliver top-notch culinary results in the face of some serious adversity.
He's lucky that I signed a thing saying I would never touch anybody here.
Can I have one fucking scallops and a fucking beautifully cooked capellini? Let's go.
Now, come on, let's all agree on one thing. I'm sure fans don't binge watch the show to learn new recipes. If there is one reason to get hooked to the show, then it's the entertainment value that Chef Ramsay's wild outbursts bring to the show.
Get out there and tell him you're dragging two. Fuck if you got a thong up, you fat crack.
Things start to fall apart when we look deeper into the show's history, and the things that happen behind the scenes will surely shock you.
I need to keep it real, Lupe. I need to open a restaurant every night, and the contestants are not contestants, they're my chefs. And so that's how close I get with them. So sometimes I go overboard and sometimes I get really upset with them, but I forget anything to do with contestants, competition, and I'm running a restaurant and my job is to feed 150 guests every night to the best we can, and then throughout all that, I need to find a talented individual that's going to get an incredible prize at the end of it.
Well, you see, it's not easy being in Chef Ramsay's position. It's a huge responsibility he carries over his shoulders. Aside from following all the hygiene standards in the book and the extensive process of preparing every dish to perfection, contestants are expected to do this in a record-breaking time. Not surprising why many contestants have come forward after their elimination, talking about the bad experiences they had with Chef Ramsay, as well as production. Speaking of having a rough time, nothing can beat this moment from season 6.
Man, I'm talking here. I don't give a fuck about you. I'm gonna come here for you.
You want to be an executive chef?
Shut your fucking mouth.
Oh my.
But hey, this little scuffle with Tinley was the least of Chef Ramsay's worries. The dominoes started to fall when public opinion started to go against Chef Ramsay and the show for issues of body shaming. Clearly, body shaming has become a serious problem in the world of entertainment and fame. And sadly, it found its way to Hell's Kitchen when Chef Ramsay did this.
I'll work. Anybody would fucking hire me to work in their kitchen, and they'd be proud to have me there. Fuck him. Fuck him.
Chef Ramsay outrightly called out Raj as a fat dude, and this became a huge topic for discussion after the episode aired. Well, Raj was certainly the talk of the town thanks to his absurd signature dish.
Fruit and vegetable pancake. My God. It's a what?
A seafood and vegetable pancake.
Pancake?
Yeah, it's a pancake.
What? That is a pancake?
It's a, yeah.
Does that look like a pancake? Oh, he's going for a piss. A pancake that pisses.
Now, you would think that Raj was just like any other contestant on the show, but boy oh boy would you be wrong. Because Raj was far from your run-of-the-mill contestant. With producers wanting more drama, Raj was a perfect fit for the show.
Guys, not only do you escape cleaning up, but there's a little surprise for you on the patio. Raj.
Today is ready to put on a show.
Everyone who has watched Raj in action knows that when Chef Ramsay comes around scolding him, it's probably because he had done something deserving of it. Chef Ramsay already has no chill, and with Raj right under his nose, things were only going to get worse.
But I find myself lacking the abilities at some point. Table 3, guests 4.
Why you do this at the table as you talk?
Raj managed to become one of the most iconic contestants on the show, and his character managed to rack in a lot of viewers. This meant that Raj was an integral part of the show, and the showrunners who understood this fact used it to the maximum advantage.
What's here?
First, shape it. Here, put it here. Put it down. Shape it.
The dough's there, you can't roll it.
Roll the fucking pizza dough.
Here's more mozzarella.
Despite Raj being a fan favorite, when you look into the fact that Raj was even chosen in the first place, things start to become much darker. The showrunners and producers clearly wanted to amp up the drama, and that was the sole reason Raj was even on the show. I mean, come on, the man doesn't even know how to cook. He barely managed to go through each of the services and challenges, and half of the time, the remaining contestants and Chef Ramsay himself were starstruck at the oddity of such a man in such a prestigious kitchen.
Cooking longer than me.
Yes.
Shit.
Raj is back! That's right, Ramsay. And I'm ready to fight. Whoa!
Anyway, let's keep the Raj debacle aside for a moment. Honestly, if you ask me, Hell's Kitchen has progressively gotten worse since the day they started. The reality aspect of the show became almost completely scripted down the line, and there are several instances where we can see things come apart.
What? You ain't. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. I know that the guys in my team have absolutely no chance, so they're doing anything they can to...
The more we look into the things, the more the facade falls. According to Chef Ramsay, although he has hosted other shows like Kitchen Nightmares and MasterChef, when it comes to Hell's Kitchen, he doesn't take shit from anyone.
With professional chefs in Hell's Kitchens, etc., I'm not going to tolerate their mistakes because they should know that stuff before they come anywhere near me. They know how to season. They should cook scallops and shellfish beautifully. And so if you're an executive chef and you're getting paid a lot of money per year, you should know how.
You see, the show became more and more dramatic as the seasons went through, and with 22 seasons being aired, it's clear that things are more set up than it actually happened.
Look at that! Stone cold frozen salmon. Who put the salmon in the freezer?
Me. I fucked it up.
Things get more interesting as we dive a little deeper into the Hell's Kitchen challenges. Now, these challenges are what keep the show going, with each challenge testing the abilities of the chefs present.
Delicious gourmet burger. One that I serve at one of my latest restaurants, Bread Street Kitchen in London, and it can go for as much as $100.
Wow.
That's ridiculous. Who pays?
In fact, the show started to gain popularity thanks to the different dishes and challenges that were put forward to the contestants. These factors drew in more viewers, and the buzz created around the show eventually increased. We have gotten to see some of the most fun food challenges that we otherwise wouldn't. In fact, on a Reddit poll discussing Chef Ramsay's many shows, although Kitchen Nightmares had a clear lead, Hell's Kitchen was the next show to follow right behind. And well, I think the viewers had good reason to arrive at this judgment.
This toy has encouraged creativity and imagination around the world.
Yet again, when you look at things from a distance, nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. But when you take a closer look, things start to become a little more grim. When Chef Ramsay was asked if he had any knowledge of who would make it to the top, this is what he had to say.
You kind of get an idea of who's who, like who's gonna finish through.
Instantly.
But before you start thinking the show is completely scripted, let's hear him out entirely.
100% in terms of the way they cook, the way they cut, their posture, and just the amount of respect they have for ingredients. I'll let you know in 60 seconds how far they're going to that.
Well, now that's something only someone as experienced and skilled as Chef Ramsay could manage to do. But wait till you hear the reason behind why some people believe Hell's Kitchen kept things from viewers. To understand this, let's take the blind taste test as an example.
Celery root.
Carrot.
Wrong. Goodbye.
Although this particular challenge looked like fun, turns out there was a lot going on in the background. Well, throughout the show, I'm sure you must have noticed some beef between the contestants. Okay, so who does this remind you of? For me, it's this pair right here. Possibly the only contestants who went from being friends to foes so quickly. And if you still haven't gotten the hint, watch this.
Fault, or I would admit to the shit. Fucking watch who you fucking calling bitch. Get in my face. I am in your fucking face.
Oh boy, I don't think I've seen a showdown like that before. But hey, come on, let's all be a little considerate here, shall we? After all, they're competing for the same damn thing. The coveted title, the crazy-ass cash prize, and of course a position to work alongside Chef Ramsay at his own restaurant. Well, it's nothing short of a dreamy opportunity, and only a lucky few have managed to earn that position.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Hell's Kitchen winner Christina!
As for the others, some were even robbed of their titles. But, well, that's a story for another day. Meanwhile, coming back to how the producers played with the contestants and their emotions, apparently, they made full use of this rivalry to put out some cheesy content that could spike up the viewership. Apparently, it's an open secret that the producers wind up these beefs to get the contestants going, and most of the time they're successful. Remember this crazy fight over a lighter?
Stop fucking disrespecting me. Are you fucking serious?
Put your hands on me.
Oh man, that was wild, no doubt. But the producers wanted more. To stir up the drama quotient even further, the producers ended up putting their least favorite people in tight situations.
Okay.
Wait, I can hear you.
Christ almighty. Right, can you hear me now?
What?
Sometimes they put their least favorites behind the blindfold and sometimes on the punishment end. But here's another claim you might find interesting. You see, these chefs aren't amateurs like the ones that feature on MasterChef.
Dope. Look at Joe, he looks like a granddad.
Yeah, what did I tell you about them being amateurs? Now, Hell's Kitchen contestants, on the other hand, are professionals who have considerable experience working in a kitchen, and mind you, most of them already held high positions like an executive or head chef at leading restaurants. For people with such experience, it goes without saying that most contestants have a good palate and know for a fact what they're tasting during the blind taste tests. But rumor is that they purposely get it wrong to either throw a certain fellow contestant under the bus or maybe sabotage the entire team. Well, there's all kinds of political dynamics at work out here that never makes it outside the walls of Hell's Kitchen.
Smart move with a sun visor, by the way.
However, despite all speculations, Chef Ramsay disclosed that the show's environment is meticulously crafted. From sleep deprivation to manipulated challenges, everything is designed to test the contestants' limits and not just their culinary prowess. This revelation might not come as a surprise to some of you, but the extent of the manipulation raises questions about the authenticity of what viewers are watching from the comforts of their homes. And although you might think the most heated moments go down during service, you couldn't be more wrong. Because Chef Ramsay admitted that the most intense time for him on the show was during the eliminations. And considering how each elimination often ended with desperate pleas to stay in the competition, it's not surprising why Chef Ramsay detested those last few crucial minutes of every episode.
Why should you stay in Hell's Kitchen?
I haven't given up since I've gotten here, Chef.
Additionally, let's not forget that over the years, viewers have seen contestants break down, engage in heated arguments, and sometimes even leave the show mid-season due to the stress. Chef Ramsay, in an interview, also discussed these aspects, shedding light on the immense pressure the contestants are put through, along with himself included. Turns out, it's an integral part of the show's design.
What are you putting in there? What the fuck is this?
Now, coming to one of the most controversial aspects of Hell's Kitchen, being the way that Chef Ramsay goes about handing down his criticism. Well, Chef Ramsay's vibrant and colorful language is what makes Hell's Kitchen fun to watch. While this has become a trademark of his television persona, Chef Ramsay admitted that it can sometimes go too far. Just like this time, where he came very close to losing his shit live on TV.
Fuck. Like, Why?
Hey, too much sunshine? What's the matter with you, girl? Hey.
But here's the kicker. The intensity of his outbursts, he revealed, is partly amplified for the cameras. You see, the aim is to create a character that viewers will find compelling with a sole motive to heighten the dramatic tension of the show. Although it was this very aspect that made the show popular, it also led to the show being heavily criticized. And one such episode which became the highlight of all discussions is this one right here.
Yeah, we can step outside here. I asked you one simple question, and you couldn't fucking answer me. And then you want to get all tough and up close and personal.
Bo, it always gets eaten, then everybody loves it. It's gonna be good.
Oh, excuse me.
However, Chef Ramsay also pointed out that there was a method to his madness. The high-pressure environment is designed to mimic the real-life stress of working in a top-tier professional kitchen. Well, I guess now you can imagine what goes down behind those closed doors while you wait for your meal at a posh fine dining restaurant. But I can only hope it isn't as crazy as this.
The attitude stinks. Take that apron off and fuck off home.
You see, the idea is to prepare the contestants for the harsh realities of the culinary industry, where the heat of the kitchen can be unforgiving and the standards are exceedingly high. Chef Ramsay believes that if contestants can handle the pressure on Hell's Kitchen, they are better prepared to handle real-world kitchen environments.
The risotto.
Risotto, 2 more minutes, chef.
Desperate to witness something.
There's nothing coming out.
Anything positive.
There's none of you fucking standing there playing with yourselves. Oh no.
Despite these justifications, the psychological impact on contestants is undeniable. Many former contestants have spoken out about their experiences on the show, describing the lasting effects of the intense stress and public scrutiny. In fact, some have reported issues such as anxiety and post-traumatic stress disorder following their time on the show. And this is one part I truly believe is possible. I mean, let's be honest here, how many of you can keep a straight face while Chef Ramsay is literally dressing you down in front of your teammates and the customers? Well, not many can deal with that kind of pressure. Not even the first ever winner of Hell's Kitchen, Michael Ray. Although he had his own issues related to drugs and a broken marriage and whatnot, it's safe to say that the pressure at Hell's Kitchen must have only accelerated his downfall. But guess what? Chef Ramsay has actually acknowledged these issues and expresses regret over any lasting harm caused to contestants. He emphasizes that the welfare of contestants is important, and that the show has taken steps to provide psychological support and counseling to participants. I mean, I'm sure all contestants are in need of it after going through hours and hours of grinding in the kitchen with barely any food or sleep.
To be my next head chef. You've been a joy to be around.
Now, this brings us to another important discussion. The ethical implications of creating such a high-pressure environment for entertainment purposes has also been a topic of discussion. Critics argue that Hell's Kitchen exploits contestants, putting them under extreme stress for the sake of viewer ratings. Chef Ramsay's revelations have added fuel to this debate, prompting viewers and critics alike to question the morality of such reality TV formats. I mean, it's almost like rage is the norm on Hell's Kitchen.
Take all the garnish back, do whatever you wish with it. Your special has now become not very special, thanks to Dick Face there. Hurry up, Giovanni!
Yeah, but I'm not Dick Face, chef.
But with rising criticism, the producers of Hell's Kitchen have made some changes to the show in recent seasons. These include reducing the intensity of challenges and providing more support to contestants. Chef Ramsay himself has shown a softer side, focusing more on mentorship and support rather than just critique and confrontation.
I don't know what to say anymore. Tonight was your best service. Yes, excellent, Jess. What do you mean?
Yet another aspect of the show that is more or less dark is seen during the final service that happens every night. You wouldn't believe it, but the editors of the show are so lazy and unimaginative that they would just loop over several different clips together from the same season.
I'm a bull.
Come on, Mr. Bacon Man.
While Robert tries again on the John Dory, Chef Ramsay is counting on Giovanni on the meat station to get out the first entree of the night.
Since the show aired on national television, and with such a huge viewership, it was obvious that if there were any mistakes, it would easily get pointed out. But this particular one was too obvious to miss.
That's still blue in there.
Get it back in the oven now.
The contestant you guys just saw right now was Tech. Now, the reason Tech's case became so famous is because more than a few people have pointed out that after her elimination, the editors clipped together scenes where she was still present in the kitchen.
Hey, madam, that's salty as fuck.
This meant that at any point of the show, the editors would just clip together previous episodes to bring the heat up, or even manipulate the video to show a contestant performing badly. Clearly, all of this points towards a more morphed perception of reality.
I was waiting to your own restaurant as I am from fucking home.
Oh, this isn't hot.
Tom, the stove is off.
Elise Harris, who now goes by the name Elise Wims, was a contestant from season 9 and was one of the most memorable personalities to have ever graced the show, largely due to her strong character, culinary skills, and the dynamics she brought to the competition. Her journey through the season was marked by both high tension and exceptional performances, leading to widespread speculation and discussion about whether she was favored by Chef Ramsay and the show's production team. However, her journey was not just about her culinary skills, it was also shaped by her interactions with other contestants. Now, let me remind you that Elise was often at the center of conflicts, which made for compelling television and brought a dynamic element to the show.
Greatest chef that ever graced Hell's Kitchen, and I'm just waiting to see the proof in the pudding. Like, but where though? Like, where? Where is it at? No more, I didn't cook this. No more, I'm not taking responsibility.
Throughout Season 9, there were moments that led viewers to question whether Elise was receiving special treatment from Chef Ramsay and the production team. Some fans pointed out that Ramsay often seemed to give Elise more chances to correct her mistakes compared to other contestants.
You got two strip, two soul. You got two strip, two soul.
Over there, look.
Got this?
Yes.
Yes? Yes. Okay, we get it. All right.
The role of the production team in reality TV can often be to enhance the entertainment value of the show, which sometimes involves focusing on certain personalities that stir interest and controversy. Elise, with her fiery personality and confrontational style, undoubtedly added drama and unpredictability to the season, elements that are valuable in reality television for keeping viewers engaged. Despite these changes, the fundamental nature of Hell's Kitchen remains the same. It is a show that thrives on tension and drama, and Chef Ramsay continues to be a demanding and formidable presence in the kitchen. However, his recent openness about the darker aspects of the show has provided a new perspective for viewers, offering a glimpse into the complexities and challenges of producing a high-stakes reality TV show.
Fuck are you doing? Every table so far, nothing's coming out. You're standing there, you're screwing me, and you're fucking useless. What are you doing? Sorry.
As Hell's Kitchen continues to evolve, it remains to be seen how it will balance the entertainment value of high drama with the ethical considerations of contestant welfare. Chef Ramsay's revelations have sparked a conversation about the nature of reality TV and the responsibilities of producers and hosts in managing the well-being of participants. This ongoing dialogue is crucial in ensuring that reality TV can be both entertaining and humane.
It actually looks a mess, but it tastes delicious.
Now, if you ask me to sum things up, I think Hell's Kitchen is more than just a cooking competition. It is a microcosm of the high-pressure world of professional cooking. Chef Ramsay's recent revelations shed light on the psychological and ethical dimensions of the show, prompting viewers to consider the real cost of the entertainment they enjoy. However, let's not forget that as the show moves forward, it faces the challenge of maintaining its edge while addressing the concerns raised by its most critical ingredients, its contestants. So, what do you think about these speculations? Do you think Hell's Kitchen is nothing but make-believe? Make sure to let me know in the comments below. And if you thought this video was crazy, then don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on my post notifications. And if you thought this video was crazy, then make sure to watch the next one right here. It's even better.